Hello, welcome to the UW-Tacoma Multimedia Labs tutorial series on Canva, a tool for creating stunning graphics at a low cost of admission. Canva is wonderful for those experienced with graphic design and newbies alike. This video will cover the basics of the program to get you familiar with navigating the website. Before we start designing, we'll first need to make an account and sign up. First, head over to canva.com, create an account with your UW email or other address, and you're good to go. Once that's done, you'll be greeted by a user-friendly interface that's simultaneously intuitive and easy to use. Now that we're finished with the setup, let's look at the design options. Canva offers a vast library of templates for everything from social media posts, flyers, PowerPoint presentations, resumes, posters. Choose what fits the project you have in mind. For a quick example, we'll select a standard Instagram post template. As you can see, each template is fully customizable to fit your vision. In the left tab, you can see the Design tab, Elements, Text, Brand, Uploads, Draw, Projects, Apps, and Photos. Design and Elements will most likely be your most used categories, as different templates reside in the Design tab and certain graphic assets reside in the Elements tab. Everything you insert into your template is fully customizable, as you can see by the top toolbar. Here, you can edit the color of your asset, its positioning, the transparency, orientation, etc. Whatever you can think up, Canva will allow you to do. If there's something specific you had in mind for an asset, you can scroll up to the Search Elements tool to narrow down your search. To add text to your project, click on the Text tab and choose a text style you like. Similarly to the Design tab, the Text tab hosts templates but for text options. Each template is also fully customizable to your liking, with font size, effects like outer glow, and even basic animation. So now that we have an account created and we understand the basics of Canva and where to go, let's go ahead and actually make something. Okay, so moving on, we're going to be actually creating a document in Canva. So first off, let's go to our templates here, and we can go ahead and scroll till we find something we like, and that looks pretty good. So go ahead and select this and then customize this template. And now we are able to edit the template to be whatever we want it to be. So if you're doing something, say like a poster for your school or club, or a poster for like a fan film or whatever the situation may be, you can find a specific template that fits the vibe. But for this one, I'm going to be making a flyer for the multimedia lab. So this works for me. This overall design, I like the colors. The color scheme it stands out. You would see it on a bulletin board. So first thing I'm going to go ahead and do is change this text right here. So I just went ahead and double clicked on the text on the now hiring, and I'm going to change it to multimedia. So just go ahead and put a space there. And I believe it's going to be a little too big to put the lab in, so I'm going to go ahead and make that its own text box. But first, probably a good idea to tone this font down a little bit, the sizing. So I'm just going to decrease it here, and that looks good. I don't want to go too small, otherwise there's going to be too much empty space on the page. So go ahead and do that, and then text, add a text box. And then just gonna go ahead and make this box a whole lot bigger there. And then go ahead and type in lab. It's obviously a little too small, so go ahead and make that bigger, and then hold it down. It's a little bit easier. Okay, that's a pretty decent size, but the spacing on the letters is a little too tight for me, so I'm going to go ahead and go to spacing and then letter spacing. Go ahead and drag that out a little bit, and that looks pretty good to me. So I'll go ahead and rotate it here to match the multimedia. Then I'm going to go ahead and change the color here of the text to that orange, and we can play around with the color in a minute. Just in case we maybe want to make it a little bit different from the multimedia to make it stand out a little bit more. But we'll go ahead and drag that right there, but we do also need to get that text that's in the back out of the way. So to do that, we're going to go ahead and go to position right here. And this is where our layers are stored. So to access that text at the bottom of the page in the back layer, we're going to go ahead and find it, which is this one right here. And just for an example, we can send it forward or backward depending on where we want the layer to go. So where you would want to do that, it would be right there. But we're just going to want to just delete it. We don't need it. So perfect, it's gone. So we're going to go ahead and drag that down a little bit more. Perfect. So now we've edited the text from the template, and I'm going to go ahead and change this one at the top here to UW-Tacoma. Perfect. And then we need our hours on here. So 2 hours of operation. And then to go ahead and drag something, all I got to do is just click on it and then place it where you want. So we are open Monday through Thursday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then I'm just going to go ahead and drag that up there. And I don't want to go ahead and make a whole new text box for this because we can just use what we have written there and just change it. So I'm going to go ahead and do this and then just duplicate it. So I right-clicked on the text right there. And then go ahead and drag that right there. And then just need to change this beginning to Friday from 10 to 3. And I do like the megaphone idea here. This works pretty well, but just in case I did want to change it to something that's maybe a little bit more fitting, and go ahead and go into elements here. And then maybe I just want to use like a camera instead of a megaphone to get the whole, media idea across. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete that and then drag this camera onto the page like this. So we have our camera on the page. I want to go ahead and rotate it to kind of convey a little bit of action, I suppose. So there we go. We have successfully edited a Canva template to fit what we want it to be, which is really the great thing about Canva. It saves you a whole bunch of time you don't need to start a document from scratch or a design from scratch and build it out from there. The template's already there for you. They've already done the hard work of, creating the concept of the poster or the flyer or whichever. Not to say that you still can't do that in Canva using Canva tools. You absolutely can. You can create a blank document if that's what you want to do. But if you want to save some time and use something that's already very aesthetically pleasing, you can go ahead and use this. So now that we are done with our template here, we go ahead and hit share. And then we can go ahead and download it onto our device, or we can go ahead and send it to whoever we need to send it to. And when we download it, we're going to have a certain file type that we need to select. PNG usually does the job very well. And if you want to export this into a different program, or if you want this to have a transparent background, you would obviously need to select transparent background. But unfortunately, that is a feature of Canva Pro. So Canva Pro does offer a lot of things, a lot of very beneficial and helpful tools within the program. A lot of templates are locked behind Canva Pro. So if that's something that you can afford, that's within your budget, and you do graphic design quite a bit, that might be something to look into. But for now, all we need to do is hit download, and then we have it saved locally on our device, and it'll also be saved to our Canva account. So if we need to access it from a different computer, that is something that we can do. But yes, thank you for watching. That concludes our first Canva tutorial, and thank you again. Bye-bye.